Hello! Today we are gonna go back in time. Now why? Why would we do that? Well, a lot of you have been asking how I came up with the idea for this. Downton, Shabby. This is a book I wrote about my whole journey moving from Los Angeles to Northern England to rescue the Hall. Of course, Downton Shabby is a loving title for Hopwood Hall. And it all was born out of a UK stand-up tour that I did a couple of years ago. And an agent in New York City contacted me and asked if I would turn the show into this book. So put on your seatbelt, slap on your galoshes, and we're going back in time. Let's do it. I have big news. I'm nervous. I have made a commitment to do something that's gonna blow my socks off. Here's the deal. I have just agreed to a UK stand-up tour, and it's gonna be called The Yank is a Mank. If you don't know what Yank is a Mank means, well, a Yank is someone who's from America. Mank is someone who's from Manchester. So I hope you can all come and join me on my tour. I hope you can come see it and that you don't be throwing food or tomatoes or eggs or whatever it is at me. You can throw beer because I'll catch it and drink it. I'm gonna take this camera with me and I'm gonna show you what happens after this. All right, so rehearsal take one. This joke is called A Man Walks Into a Hall. I'm in London. It's the first rehearsal with the director. The director is gonna be here in a few minutes, but clearly not because the alarms have gone off. This is Chris. He's the director. You think this is gonna be funny?
This bit is gonna be, the bit with me is the best bit for sure.
I needed a way to carry my microphone around from Manchester to London, and the only case I could find was a guitar case. So now when people ask me if I'm a musician, I say, yeah, I got a big gig tonight. I got a couple next week. They're like, where can we come see you? I'm like, oh no, this is totally top secret. Is it possible the British people will actually start yelling at me or throwing things? Or what if I walk out and I get booed off?
I think probably indifference is more the thing you've got to worry about rather than booing or having things thrown.
It makes me nervous. So we just finished the rehearsal. It actually went pretty good. And tomorrow I've got another rehearsal, and then I'm actually gonna be putting the show up for the first time in front of a live audience, real living, breathing people. So I'm a little bit nervous. Now, the other crazy thing about being here at St. Pancras is that you can also get on trains to go to Paris and to go to Amsterdam. I've just gotten into Brighton. I love it. It's amazing here. I'm standing across from the ocean, or actually I should say the sea, because everybody here says the sea. So last night was the first show, and unfortunately the cord that went into the mic fell out. I don't know what happened. And then I couldn't get it back in, and then I did, and then it was like coming loose again, and it was making all this crackling noises, and I just felt like I couldn't give the show that I wanted to. This is the mic from hell. And that was really difficult because I've worked really hard on this, and I want the show to be the best it can be. So I'm trying to come up with material and be in this environment that's a creative environment that's actually inspiring me if I don't fall through the floor. The floor is like a marshmallow here. We've got very fancy disco lights on the roof of the car. It's last night. It's supposed to be a sellout crowd. After we finish, I'm gonna go to the Victory Bar because everybody said when you finish your show, you need to go to the Victory Bar. Oh my gosh, okay, so an article just came out from BBC Arts and Entertainment. I can't even believe it. It's just so exciting, but it adds a lot of pressure on, oh my gosh. It adds a lot of pressure. It adds a lot of pressure. Hello, and welcome to Hopwood Hall Comedy Club. We don't have any material for you today. We don't have anywhere for you to sit. We don't even have any booze to offer you. In fact, we don't even have a floor for you to sit on. And we're here in London, and this is where we're gonna be staying for a week. This is gonna be home, sweet home. And we're just steps from the venue. The street is called Gloucester. Americans would probably say Gloucester, but it's Gloucester Crescent. And it's actually a famous street where they've shot movies, and a lot of very important media types live here. So maybe we can disturb our neighbors. Okay. Well, yeah, let me tell the camera. So the Spears review just came out, and it's good. How good? Uber canceled on me because there's so many people in town. It's crazy. I think it's just worked out to almost be a better thing because I never would be walking down this cobblestone street in Edinburgh if my Uber had showed up. But the only little wrench we have in the system here is that I'm supposed to be on stage in 20 minutes. I've just come to that. This is gonna be a good day. I just got an email saying that a ceiling at the hall has collapsed. So I'm really bummed out about that, but at the same time, I've got a show that I've got to put on. I'm prepping for the show, just got here, and we're gonna be having 4 shows. This is gonna kick off the week and I'm already exhausted. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. We've got so many people coming out for the shows, and I just have a good feeling about this. All right, here we are. We're at the rental van, and this is our stuff. Now I'm at this space where I'm gonna be doing the Manchester show. It's amazing. I love it in here. There are these huge windows and these old brick walls, and it's the Anthony Burgess Foundation Theater. And we're gonna have a rehearsal in here with the director soon. Here's our set. We've got some lampshades tipped around to make it look like a wreck, so that it kind of lets people know the vibe of the show. We've got our flat screen TV here saying the Yank is a Mank. Got the microphone. This is where I'll be standing. I'll come up from way down there and come running up, and then I'll come up there and hopefully I don't trip. And here's the lobby. And this is where people will come in.
Ladies,
It's time to go on.
welcome to the stage, Hopwood DePree.
All right, woo! Thank you so much, thank you. So the question is, can a guy from Hollywood make it in Rochdale? Yes and no. It's a mixed audience here. Well, I'm hoping so, because there's a lot of differences that I have to get used to. You know, for instance, I was at the hall the other day and I was freezing, and so I went over to get a sweater. Well, English people call it a jumper, but I had never heard that. So I went over to the local department store in Rochdale, and I walked in, and there's a woman behind the sales desk, and I said, "Hi, I'm here to buy a sweater." And she said, "There's jumpers on the top floor." I was like, "What?" She said, "There's jumpers on the top floor." Okay, so in America, a jumper is somebody who's standing on the edge of a building about to commit suicide by jumping off to plunge to their death. So I'm like, "There's jumpers on the top floor? Why isn't anybody doing anything?" And she just stares at me. I'm like, "How many are there? How many jumpers are there?" She's like, "There's dozens." "There's dozens of jumpers on the top floor? I mean, what are they doing up there?" She's like, "They're just up there hanging." There's jumpers.
Pow! And now we are here back at modern day. So thanks for coming along on the journey, and please order
Downton Shabby. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. The book will be coming out May 31st in the United States and June 9th in the UK. So you can find more information about how to get it in the links below. And in the meantime, please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and click the bell to be alerted about our latest content. Thanks for all your support.